Breaking news. A royal family update. Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we keep you informed about the latest developments surrounding Sheikh Hamdan and his family. In our previous video, we shared the exciting news about the arrival of Sheikh Hamdan's fourth child, the lovely Sheikha Hind bint Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. As a reminder, Sheikha Hind is the first daughter of Sheikha Thani and Sheikh Hamdan, and her birth was made possible through surrogacy, a decision that has garnered significant attention and discussion among those close to the royal family. Fast forward to today, and a new development has emerged, shedding fresh light on the situation. Let's dive into the details and explore what's unfolding. We'll bring you the latest insights, reactions, and analysis, so you can stay up to date on this captivating story. Join us as we navigate the intricacies of royal life, family dynamics, and the complexities of modern parenting. We'll examine the implications of this new development and what it might mean for Sheikh Hamdan and his loved ones. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest news and in-depth coverage. The recent arrival of Sheikha Hind has brought a mix of emotions to the forefront, particularly for Hadia, Sheikh Hamdan's ex-wife. The situation has taken a dramatic turn, with Hadia expressing deep frustration and hurt over Sheikh Hamdan's decision to have a child via surrogacy. The emotional stakes are high, and the tension between them has reached a boiling point. As we dive into the details of this complex family dynamic, we'll explore the events that have led to this moment. From Hadia's shocking decision to her intense conversation with Sheikh Hamdan, and Shamma's reaction to the whole situation, we'll break down everything that's happened over the last few days. The birth of Sheikha Hind was supposed to be a joyous occasion, but for Hadia, it's become a painful reminder of the challenges she's facing. We'll examine the emotions and motivations at play, and what this means for the relationships between Hadia, Sheikh Hamdan, and their loved ones. Hadia's heart was already heavy with the weight of past experiences, and the news of Sheikha Hind's birth felt like a crushing blow. The pain and sadness she felt were palpable, and it's clear that this new development was the final straw that broke her heart. Sheikh Hamdan, aware of the potential impact of this news on Hadia, made efforts to reach out to her. He called her multiple times, hoping to explain the situation and perhaps find some understanding. However, Hadia didn't answer. She was too hurt, too disappointed, and the pain of his actions seemed to be too much for her to bear. Despite their relationship having ended, Hadia's feelings for Sheikh Hamdan still lingered. She had loved him deeply, and the news of him having another child through surrogacy seemed to shatter her completely. The emotional turmoil she was experiencing was intense, and it's clear that this situation has brought up a lot of pain and heartache for her. As we reflect on this story, it's clear that Hadia's journey is one of love, loss, and longing. She's navigating a complex web of emotions, trying to make sense of her feelings and the choices that Sheikh Hamdan has made. We'll continue to explore this story, examining the intricacies of their relationship and the challenges they're facing. The phone rang repeatedly, a symphony of unanswered calls. Hadia's resolve was tested with each ring, her mind oscillating between curiosity and caution. Should she answer, or should she let the call fade into the void? The internal debate raged on, a battle between the desire for closure and the need to move on. As the days turned into weeks, Hadia's thoughts swirled in a maelstrom of emotions. She grappled with the what-ifs, the maybes, and the what-could-have-beens. The weight of her feelings finally became too much to bear, and she made a decision that would alter the course of her life forever. The city of Dubai, once a canvas of dreams and promises, had become a painful reminder of what could never be. Hadia realized that she couldn't stay in a place where every memory was tinged with sorrow. She made the bold decision to leave Dubai behind, to erase every trace of her life there, and to start anew. It was a choice that would require courage, resilience, and a willingness to let go of the past. Hadia was ready to take the leap, to turn the page, and to begin a new chapter in her life. As Hadia prepares to bid farewell to her life in Dubai, she's taking steps to sever ties with the past. According to sources, she's planning to sell her properties, including 2 luxurious mansions and a cozy house, in a bid to erase the memories that linger in every corner. It's a drastic measure, but for Hadia, it's the only way to heal and move forward. The decision to sell her homes is more than just a practical step, it's a symbolic gesture of closure. Hadia wants to remove herself from the physical spaces that hold memories of her time with Sheikh Hamdan, memories that are now tinged with heartbreak and disappointment. In a surprising turn of events, Hadia reached out to Sheikh Hamdan before making her final exit. The phone call was a moment of truth, a chance for her to confront her feelings and for Sheikh Hamdan to offer explanations. Sheikh Hamdan answered the call immediately, eager to share his side of the story and perhaps find some resolution. But as the conversation unfolded, it became clear that Hadia's mind was made up, and Sheikh Hamdan's words, though sincere, might not be enough to change her. The conversation between Hadia and Sheikh Hamdan is a pivotal moment in their story, a chance for both parties to express themselves and find closure. As we continue to follow their journey, we'll see how this phone call affects Hadia's decision to leave Dubai and start anew. Will Sheikh Hamdan's words be enough to sway her, or will she stick to her plan and forge a new path? The outcome remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, Hadia's life is about to take a dramatic turn. The phone call between Hadia and Sheikh Hamdan was a complex dance of emotions, with both parties struggling to find common ground. Hadia's call was a quest for closure, a chance to confront the pain and frustration that had been building up inside her. Sheikh Hamdan, on the other hand, was eager to explain himself, to justify his actions and reassure Hadia that his decision wasn't a betrayal. As Sheikh Hamdan poured out his heart, sharing his feelings and motivations, Hadia's frustration became increasingly palpable. Her anger and hurt simmered just below the surface, waiting to boil over. When she finally spoke up, her voice was laced with accusations. "Why didn't you share this with me?" The question hung in the air, a challenge to Sheikh Hamdan's integrity. The silence that followed was oppressive, a heavy blanket that suffocated the conversation. When Hadia finally spoke again, her words were like a dagger. The conversation was spiraling out of control, with both parties dug in and unwilling to yield. The air was thick with tension, the emotions raw and exposed. It was clear that this phone call wouldn't provide the closure Hadia was seeking, and that the wounds of the past would take a long time to heal. Sheikh Hamdan's expression was a mask of contemplation, his eyes fixed on the phone in his hand as he replayed the conversation with Hadia in his mind. The weight of her words still lingered, leaving him feeling both sorrowful and perplexed. He had hoped to bridge the gap between them, but it seemed the chasm had only grown wider. In the hours that followed, a subtle shift took place. A phone call, brief yet significant, was made to a real estate agent. The conversation was concise, the tone professional. The agent's role was to facilitate a transaction, one that would mark the beginning of a new chapter. Little did Sheikh Hamdan know, Hadia's decision to sell her properties was just the start of a chain reaction that would alter the course of their lives forever. The real estate agent's phone rang, and Hadia's voice was on the other end, crisp and determined. She provided the necessary details about her properties, methodically putting them on the market with a sense of finality. The agent's role was to facilitate the transaction, and Hadia's instructions were clear. In a surprising turn of events, the same agent reached out to Sheikh Hamdan, informing him of Hadia's decision to sell her properties. Sheikh Hamdan's response was measured, his tone neutral as he listened attentively to the agent's words. His expression remained inscrutable, betraying little of his inner thoughts. Perhaps he was still grappling with the aftermath of their argument, or maybe he had come to accept that Hadia was moving forward with her life. Whatever his thoughts, Sheikh Hamdan's demeanor remained calm and collected, revealing nothing of the emotions that might be simmering beneath the surface. The calm was short-lived, as a new challenge emerged on the horizon. Sheikh Hamdan received a call from Shama, his girlfriend, and the tone of her voice was unmistakable. She was upset. The soft-spoken and understanding Shama he knew was nowhere to be found, replaced by a sense of hurt and frustration. Sheikh Hamdan's instincts had warned him of this conversation, and he knew he had to tread carefully. He took a deep breath and began to explain the situation, hoping to provide clarity and reassurance. He spoke of surrogacy, of agreements and intentions, but Shama's response was far from what he had hoped for. Her dissatisfaction was palpable, and Sheikh Hamdan knew he had a long and difficult road ahead of him if he was to mend the rift that had formed between them. Sheikh Hamdan's words hung in the air, a candid admission that caught Shama off guard. "I was afraid you'd be angry with me," he confessed, his voice laced with a hint of vulnerability. "It's surrogacy, and it's prohibited in our religion." The silence that followed was telling, a pause that spoke volumes about Shama's complex emotions. As she processed her thoughts, Shama's initial reaction gave way to a deeper understanding. She appreciated Sheikh Hamdan's honesty, even if she wished he had been more forthcoming earlier. The conversation ended on a note of uncertainty, leaving both parties to ponder the implications of their discussion. However, the narrative took an unexpected turn a few hours later. Shama initiated another call, her tone softer and more conciliatory this time. Sheikh Hamdan's face relaxed into a gentle smile as they talked, the earlier tension dissipating. As the conversation drew to a close, the familiar warmth and connection between them had been rekindled, and they were once again in sync. The dust had settled, and the relationships in Sheikh Hamdan's life had been put to the test. The misunderstandings had been cleared, and the bonds between him and his loved ones had proven resilient. However, the experience had left its mark, and the future remained uncertain. As the curtain closes on this chapter, we find ourselves wondering what's next. Will Hadia follow through with her decision to leave Dubai, or will she reconsider? Will Sheikh Hamdan make another attempt to reconnect with her, or will he focus on nurturing his relationship with Shama? The answers, much like the future, remain shrouded in uncertainty. Stay tuned for further updates as this story continues to unfold. We'll keep you informed about the latest developments and provide you with insights into the lives of these individuals. If you've enjoyed this video, please show your support by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. Your engagement means the world to us. Thanks for watching.